Okay. And we have a variety of programs that we offer both in the technical space, all right, as well as in the managerial area. We've got campuses across different cities, okay. An important element in the NMIMS wing is the NMIMS Global Access School for Continuing Education that offers professional education to students who can't be present all in one location at one point in time. So we cater to an audience which is pan-India. Courses here are designed in the distance and the online mode for our students. Okay, where the leaders in fact, with the India's first EdTech university, we offer professional and continuing education. As of now, we've got over 55,000 active students across the different programs that we offer, which are spread over 300 locations in India, right? In 2012, we basically began our journey when we started using a whole lot of online learning tools. We started introducing a whole bunch of new programs in the online space. We've got over 9,500 alums, okay, who've gone through our programs and have taken their careers to the next stage. Let's now talk about the programs that we offer at NMIMS Global Access. And I'm specifically speaking about the new program today, which is the BBA in Business Analytics, right? Now, this is one of our offerings that we've got in the undergraduate space, which is basically going to be delivered in the live interactive lecture mode, which is typically the mode in which you and I are interacting at this point in time, right? Since we've constantly, with time, have invested a lot in technology, okay, we offer the seamless experience for this course in terms of using lab sessions, which will be conducted online using various tools. At the same time, the theoretical concepts across different courses, such as accounting, finance, or any kind of operations management, that will be taught as well in the online mode. Over the years, given, like I said, we've basically focused on nurturing young minds. And the idea at NMIMS Global Access has been to basically, help students to hone their skills, to learn more and bring in the industry and the academic perspective into learning so that students can apply it and make the most out of it in their careers. And also we offer employability skills these days, which basically is training people, okay, with the help of which they will be able to apply the skills that we teach at their workplaces, right? Given that these skills are mandatory today and can't be compromised on, we ensure that there is a seamless learning when it comes to design thinking, when it comes to answering questions correctly at interviews, helping students with written and oral communication. We've more or less made this a part of the curriculum with the help of which students will at each stage be able to learn and apply these skills. Let's take a look at how this 3-year-long program has basically been divided, right? And what are the courses that you typically will be taking in this particular program? This is one of a program that we have in mind for those students who want to be able to look at a business and provided solutions by looking at data. When I talk about data today, it is generated just about everywhere. The moment you make a purchase online, okay, the transaction is recorded, and an organization like Zomato has millions of data points that come in through the various transactions that they carry out. Similarly, this applies not only for online retail stores, but even if you look at social media and the kind of posts that are generated every day, we're talking about massive amount of data, right? But having this data and not being able to put it to use will only mean or will only prove detrimental for organizations. And as a result of which, most organizations want to be able to employ people with the right set of skills who can bring out the nuances within the data and translate them into actionable insights. Having said that, we have tried to understand what the industry requires at this point in time um, in terms of positions that are available, in terms of skills that are needed, in terms of understanding what kind of data is generated in order to be able to design this program to fit into those needs. This program is basically spread over 6 semesters, right? And it basically is over, when I say 6 semesters, I mean 2 semesters per year, which essentially means that this program is spread over 3 years altogether, wherein what you will be actually learning are not only management courses, but you will also be learning analytics courses, which will be interspersed within your managerial learning. What we want students to first understand is the management aspect, okay, or as to how organizations function, what are the requirements, okay, how is data generated, and then introduce them with several tools so that they can perform the analysis in order to have insights. In order to teach management courses, the pedagogy that we use at NGASCE is basically to use several case studies or caselets in order to bring the real world examples into class, right? We focus a lot on getting students to think through, apply their skills in analyzing the problem faced by an organization, and link this with the concepts that are being taught in order to come up with a solution that would have best worked for the organization, right? Having said that, we are also trying to work on collecting a whole lot of data sets, which, with the help of which we can get students to practice on what they are learning, right? So, which means we probably are trying to collaborate a lot with industry in order to pick out real-time data sets and be able to give you a real feel of how data is collected. Today, we have a whole lot of data available on social media websites as well. We help students understand how this data can be used in order to monitor sentiment analysis, okay, in order to monitor the polarity of what people are actually conversing over the internet. Yeah, those are the kind of projects students will undertake when they get into the learning for these courses. Which brings me to the next point. Most of these courses will have a whole lot of projects that you need to submit, okay, when we work through the courses. As I move you on to the next slide, I will describe a little bit more about it. Back again, at the end of the course, we see students be able to have a good blend of understanding of how business works, how the data is generated across different departments in the organization, and with the best use of tools, how is it that we can actually, put this data into good use. Okay. The next, at the end of this program, what one would be wondering is, what kind of tools and techniques would you have studied? What kind of managerial insights will you have had? So let me tell you this, we try to strike a balance in imparting knowledge to students when it comes to management courses, as well as the analytics blend to it, right? Now, of course, understanding a business is very important for a student who's doing BBA, because the functioning of an organization pretty much today is data driven, but that doesn't take away in the way they carry out their practices, which goes on to say, as a student, you must understand how an organization functions or carries out their operations, which goes on to say you need to know the different marketing activities an organization does in order to get close to their customers. This also means you need to be able to understand what are the HR practices for the organization. Having said this, with these different touch points of an organization, there is tremendous data which is generated at each of these levels. As an operational manager, you want to be able to answer a question: how is it that you can improve your turnaround times when it comes to providing service? Okay, you want to understand how is it that you could improve the customer satisfaction scores, right? Now, in order to be able to answer those questions, back again, you need to rely heavily on the data that you collect and be able to present these insights in a very coherent fashion so that the different departments can take an action and work on it, right? Similarly, as an organization, when you face challenges of your employee attrition, how would you go about addressing it? Suddenly, you don't know, there are people leaving your organization for reasons that you can't answer. But maybe there are a lot of hints your employees are giving, which you're not paying heed to. For example, when an employee wants to leave the organization, he probably starts looking or starts taking a whole lot of leaves. You may see a change in the way his behavior is, and all of these are subtle hints. We want students to be able to pick up those hints and be able to answer certain questions that are really required by the industry. In order to help you answer these questions, we teach you skills in Excel. We help you with a tool such as Tableau. We help you with a programming language such as R as well as Python. We help you with a tool such as MySQL, with the help of which you can pull out a whole lot of queries. Having said that, you will find at the completion of the program skills that you have developed, which can help you across industries and different domains. You could, be a part of an entry-level manager in maybe a marketing firm. You may be responsible for pulling out customer data. Similarly, you could work in maybe the finance as an entry-level manager in the finance space, right? Similarly, you could be a product manager, right? You could back again be a data visualizer who could be responsible for, creating dashboard of data and presenting insights to the upper management or top management. Similarly, you could also find your role in the HR department. We've got a whole lot of faculty who are basically, involved in this program, who carry a whole lot of industry as well as academic expertise, and they will be delivering the program or taking the classes for you. Without much ado, let's take a look at the program structure. So let's take a look at what are the courses that we will be teaching you through the program. The first year in the program is basically focused on introducing you or laying the foundations of several management courses, right? So understanding what is management, okay, so essentials of management, understanding what are the best ways to communicate. We've got a course on business communication. Back again, essentials of financial accounting. What exactly is financial accounting? How do you go about it? Okay. What is microeconomics? Okay. What is essentials of IT, which essentially is a tool-based course wherein we teach you how to work with Excel. The way we've designed the program, at every stage, we get you to learning a little bit of analytics, right? So when I start with Excel, I give students a flavor of how to work on data, okay, using the several several techniques, I would say, present in the Excel tool to visualize data, or the analysis tool pack available in Excel, with the help of which you can perform a whole lot of statistical operations. Okay. Then you're also studying organization behavior. Okay. Please let me finish this slide, and I will take your questions as well. Okay. In the next semester, which is also in year 1, you will be gradually learning business statistics. Okay. Business statistics helps you answer questions such as how is your data spread? Okay. Where are the outliers in your data? It basically presents to you your data in a fashion which is clean. And if the data that you're using basically needs to be statistically right, so that it gives you the right answer. Please remember, we basically say garbage in, garbage out, which essentially means if the kind of data that you're using is inappropriate, of course, the results that you would get off the analysis will also be or lead to inappropriate analysis, right? So back again, this course acts as a backbone with the help of which you can answer a whole lot of, I would say, you can structure your data well so that you can answer more questions. Then we've got macroeconomics. Okay, we've got principles of marketing. We've got cost and management accounting. We've got operations research, and then we've got introduction to analytics, right? So through the first year, you're basically studying 3 courses which will be related to analytics, while the rest of the courses are the fundamental courses that any management student must study. Moving on to the second year, okay, you're studying business and allied laws. Okay, you study digital marketing. You study financial management. Back again, you study human resource management, which is HRM. You study data visualization with Tableau, which is back again a tool which you will use to visualize or create beautiful dashboards with your data, create compelling stories with your data. Okay, you study consumer behavior. Moving on to term 4, you've got multivariate techniques. Again, advanced statistical techniques with the help of which you can find patterns in your data. You will study research methodology. Okay. You will study Python. Okay. You've got an introductory course in Python. You'll study sales management. Okay. Then you've got product and quality management. That's another course that you take. And then there's machine learning 1. Right? Having said that, through the second year, you basically will be studying 4 courses in analytics, and the rest of the courses will basically be in the area of management. As you can see, over the first year, we've kind of increased the number of courses in the second year, whereas through the third year, now we focus heavily on analytics, with the remaining courses back again, focusing on, the remaining courses focusing on management. So if you look at SEM 5, right, we've got data management, right? This course gets you to use 2 tools. We introduce you to R, and we also introduce you here to SQL, right? Similarly, we've got analytics in business domains. That's another course that we teach, which basically talks about the use of analytics in HR, in marketing, in consumer behavior, okay, in supply chains. So that's a course that introduces you to how organizations today are leveraging the power of data and putting it to use. Similarly, the next course is an extension of the previous one, which is machine learning 2. Then we've got customer relationship management, okay, which is CRM. We introduce you to big data here. Of course, we're going to talk about what big data is, why the need for big data processing at this point in time, what are the different tools available for big data processing. Yeah. We talk about Hadoop, Spark, Pig, Hive, Scala. Then we've got a course on entrepreneurship management, and we think this course is essentially important for young minds like you who want to probably post completion of this course start your own entrepreneurial stint, right? You may want to set up or have your own startup or probably work for a startup and want to understand the nuances, or at least after having familiarized or gone through this course, you will be able to understand what are the different ways in which startups function. Okay, how do you seek funding, and what could be the steps, right from the time the idea is generated until it fructifies. You will know the entire curve of the steps or the series of steps that take place here. Next, in the last semester, you basically will go through strategic management. Okay, you will go through project management. Back again is a course in the area of operations. You study operations and supply chain management. We've got business ethics and corporate governance is the next course. We've got one course again in analytics, which is time series forecasting, which tells you how will you basically look at data, okay, time series data, and be able to present some insights. When I speak of time series data, I speak of data which is spread over time. Yeah. And last but not the least, in order to assess your assimilation of what you have gone through in the entire program, at the end of the course, the student needs to submit a project. This is a 100-mark project that the student undertakes, with the help of which the theoretical and application-based questions can be typically answered, can be put to practice, right? So student is free to select the topic of interest, okay? Go forth, collect data, analyze it either using any of the analytics tools studied, okay, and present the insights to the top management. That's basically the idea of this project. In order to be able to deliver this program, we've basically got a whole set of experts in the area of management as well as analytics, who've helped us not only design the program, but also will help us implement and deliver classes for the same. These professors hold PhDs from across different top-notch institutes in India. Okay, at the same time, we've also got a whole lot of faculty from top-notch institutes in India, right? When you pursue a course with us, right, we try to enhance the student learning experience by making it more engaging and make studying more simulating, right? In order to do that, we basically use the live way of discussion, in our classes. The way I am delivering this session to you right now. Of course, the difference being we let students also talk there, which is what I'm going to allow you in a few minutes if you've got any questions, right? So it's not a one-way lecture wherein, the professor just comes and teaches, but it's more of a dialogue that is initiated, and students can also foster and learn a lot more from their friends. So we just try to get the batch to interact, by asking questions, by maybe solving someone else's doubt during the session itself. Most of our sessions are designed in a way wherein towards the end, we have a dedicated time slot wherein we discuss questions. Okay. We've got revisit and revise modules which are available because we provide students with the help of giving them the recorded sessions after the delivery is done. So just in case you're traveling, you can't make it for the session, or for any reason you happen to miss a part of the session, you could go back to that class and you will be able to visit it, right? Back again, if you wish to interact with the professor, let's say even after you've studied a concept, you still have a doubt and you want to, reach out to the professor, we have an option of post my query on the website, which basically gives you or leaves you with the ability to raise your question. And to this question, you will have an answer in the next 28 hours, sorry, in the next 24 hours, right? Similarly, we basically hold a lot of industry sessions as well. And like I said, we've also got faculty who are currently working in the industry, as a help of which you basically will be able to, get the best out of both the academic world as well as best practices that are carried out in the industry. Okay, let me take a few questions that I have. Bharat, the class timings are usually in the morning, right? So we start, the first session is from 7:30 to 9, and then we've got 9:30 to 11, right? Those are the timings for the sessions. These are spread over 5 days, and these are usually spread over 6 days from Monday to Saturday, right? Does this program offer students the choice between finance and marketing, just like the regular BBA does? No, Bharat. So in fact, let me put it this way. Along with the BBA Marketing and Finance, we have the third one, which is BBA Business Analytics, right? Sure. Do any of you have any questions of what I've been speaking so far? If you want something clarified, please feel free to ask. Just type it out in the chat window or the Q&A, and I'll be more than happy to assist you with those questions, answers to those questions. Okay, so the next piece that I would like to speak about is the employability skills, the career services, and placement assistance. Okay, employability skills are basically what we try to impart to the students, skills with the help of which they are more industry ready, right? And the idea of doing this is so that students through the program, okay, learn a few elements which they can kind of hone through their journey in the program, right? So soft skills is what we focus on. We focus on technical skills, right? And each of this is not done in one go. It is spread over 3 semesters, which essentially means students get sufficient time to be able to absorb these, absorb these skills and actually put them to practice. After the completion of the program, right, back again, the students can become a part of the NMIMS alum network, right? And we've got the alum portal. So should students want to connect with others for, professional interests or personal interests, again, they could go ahead and visit the alumni portal. Let's see what all is it that we're doing in, in our employability skills. So the first one that we've got here is soft skills for managers. This typically runs in after the first semester. In soft skills, we are helping students understand what's the best way with the help of which you can put your oral and written communication to the next level, right? How can you create good resumes? What is it that companies are looking at when they are interviewing you, right? So in the first part, we're basically trying to enhance those skills. In the second semester, when we run for the next we run something which is known as design thinking. Okay, what kind of skills are we trying to build here? We're trying to build technical skills. And in the third semester, we're basically working with students closely in order to help them start their startup. Okay, back again, this is a fun activity that we get students to work on with the help of several, I would say, role playing, a whole lot of group exercises of what does it really take for a set of people or individuals to begin their startup, right? So all students who have completed these employability skills and have passed them well basically get the opportunity to be a part of the placement support activity, right? In order, like I said, you've got to basically pass it. So there's an assessment for this. And the assessment is basically 30 marks for each module. Okay, I have a question by Nitish. This course is typically made for people who are good with numbers. Well, Nitish, this is a course which tries to teach you how to be good with numbers, right? So it also tries to help you analyze an organization, right, by identifying what is the way in which you collect your data and then present insights, right? So we are helping you hone these skills. We are helping you build these skills as well. In the career support activities, we run several career forums. We have counseling sessions. We help students with developing their resumes. We run several aptitude tests. We have various practice interviews. Okay, we offer placement. Correct. So these are the different career support activities that really are that we are a part of, right? Similarly, we also have an eligibility criteria. So all those students who have covered all the courses till term 4 with a 60% aggregate in all subjects are allowed to be a part of career support, right? Or be a part of the career support activities. If any student has more than one backlog, then they really cannot be a part of this program. When I say, I mean a part of the career services. The examination pattern for this course, basically the term and exam is going to be of 100 marks. We basically assess students in two components here. The first one being assignment, and the second one being the term end. The assignment is basically 30 marks in nature, okay, which comprises several projects, several codes, and like I said, managerial thought process into perspective for different management courses. Term and examination is basically for 70 marks, which is a blend of, I would say, which is a blend of multiple choice questions and descriptive questions. All semesters will have 6 papers, which will basically have 100 marks. The last semester will have 5 papers of 100 marks and a project, which basically is of 100 marks, which is the 6th paper. Okay. Let's quickly take a look at the eligibility and fee structure. Okay. So eligibility here is 10 plus 2, okay, in any discipline from a recognized board with minimum 50%. Back again, you've got an HSC in any discipline from a recognized board with 45% and a minimum 2 years work experience. Or it could be an SSC plus 3 years diploma, which is recognized by AICTE with 50%, 55% marks that you would have scored, right? Similarly, the fee structure for this is if you pay the full fee, it will be 1,45,000, right? We've got 3 options available here, right? If you have an annual payment that you make, right, it will be the first year you'll pay 47,000. The second and the third year you will end up paying 56,400, right? There will be 3 number of payments that you will make. But again, in the case of semester-wise fee payment, that's what you wish to undertake, right? So the first one and the second semester, you basically will pay 25,000. Across terms 3, 4, 5, and 6, you will pay 30,000 per semester, right? And you will make 6 payments because there are 6 semesters. Okay, so a question here is, what is the difference between a regular analytics course and an online one? Asking this, why should we go for online in NMIMS? Well, if you ask me in terms of the way we are teaching and the number of courses that we offer or the tool support that we offer to our students, we are very much at par with what a full-time course would offer in terms of the courses as well as in terms of rigor of the program. program. We are not compromising on the number of data sets that we give students to practice. We do not compromise on, in fact, we give additional data sets to practice. We provide study learning material to students, right? So both, it's the option is unto the student to decide where he wants to study, right? But in terms of being able to deliver a program holistically, we typically do that. In terms of content, rigor, flexibility, I think all of that is taken care of. A quick look at why should you do it from NMIMS, and if that's the question, we hold the #1 rank when it comes to the best BBA college. We've consistently ranked this in 2019, right? Citywise top commerce college back again in 2019. We're the top distance learning education institute in India, and we've had this position in 2013, 14, in 2012, we won an award for it back again. We also hold an award by C-Business. Yeah. All right. This brings me to the end of my presentation on the BBA Business Analytics program. Should you have any questions, please feel free to please feel free to ask them. I'll be more than glad to help you with the answers. Okay, does anyone have any question? All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for your time. And we're looking forward to seeing you in our program. Okay, so wish you the very best. And thank you so much. Okay, I have a question. Let me take that. We offer this course in the online mode, anonymous attendee. That's what we do. We're offering it online. Okay. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you once again.